I want to bring in our next guest, Dr. Joe Congini, Akron Children's Hospital. Joe, good morning. Thanks for joining us. And I know in communicating with you the other day, you wanted to talk about this marathon runner and point guard that we've heard a lot about in the news the last month.
Yeah, I do, Ray. I just want to, I think, a lot of people missing their sports, a lot of high school kids missing out on their opportunity after a lot of hard work and everything. But I also think I hear an undercurrent of a lot of people understanding the bigger picture. And, sports is really our escape. It's really a fun thing for us to get to do. But we have bigger things going on right now. And I think athletes from young kids through high school and college are all getting the big picture of we've got to get this virus under control right now. A lot of people still got to try to stay in shape for this period of time, too. One thing that's been heartening when our weather's decent is, our parks have been filled with people, and a lot of people getting out, trying to stay in shape, wait this out, keeping up with the social distancing, and so all that's good stuff. But yes, I did. I came across a really interesting story to me. And the question is, who right now, as of, this isn't an April 1st joke, April Fool's joke, who as of April 1st, 2020 is the number one point guard in the United States of America? And the number one point guard is a guy by the name of Dr. Tony Fauci. They have had some pictures of him in his high school career. He's 79 years old, but in 1958 he was the captain and lead player for St. Regis High School basketball team in New York City, and he pulled one of the great upsets in New York City basketball, and they told story about that. And there are so many stories when you go around, when you've been around as long as I have, of so many really successful people in all walks of life who say that their time playing sports, playing basketball, especially in youth sports, taught them so many valuable life lessons. And I just really want to highlight the importance of that. Sure, we understand this is only a small part of the picture, but for kids in junior high and high school to learn so many of these life lessons, to learn how to win, how to lose, how to get knocked down and dust yourself up and get back up again, how to handle getting criticized. Do you ever see coaches criticizing from the sidelines occasionally? How to handle praise. Not easy to handle both of those two things. Teamwork, self-sacrifice, resilience. There's so many great lessons. And there are things that you can learn these in other areas like scouting and plays and debate team and other things. But it just seems that sport is a really unique opportunity for young people. And so for right now, it's on hold, and we'll get over it. There was a great story yesterday about one of our kids, and because I know him personally, what a great kid, by the name of Jake Burns. And he was on track to become the first heavyweight wrestler at Hoban to win a state championship at Hoban High School in a long, long time. Only one ever in the history of the school. Really on track and saw his dreams. But he wrote a very telling piece yesterday in the paper. Reporter asked him some questions, getting a chance to see the bigger picture. So kids learn so many things from sport, and I just wanted to mention that you could go back as far as our point guard, the guy that's leading our efforts in this country, the point guard of our medical team, Dr. Tony Fauci. Fauci was a great basketball player and marathoner in New York City. The second lesson I wanted to talk about that I've learned through sports, as I've seen the evolution in the last 25 to 30 years, is so much more involvement with girls in sports, and in particularly what a major jump, a quantum leap in female athletes and girls in their athleticism and their strength. So there used to be a day, believe it or not, when I started a career in the late 80s, early 90s, girls would look at you funny if you asked, hey, do you work out? Are you training? Are you lifting weights? And nowadays, if a resident or a med student doesn't ask those questions, I really look at them funny, because so many of our female athletes really have taken to getting in shape, and you can see it on the court. You can see it on the playing field. Girls are so much more athletic and so much stronger, and it's so fun to see how far they've come in a short career. I guess you could say a short career of 30 years of mine. And the final thing is, I'm so happy that groups like the OHSAA and others have seen fit to add other sports so we can get as many kids to understand the competition of high school sport and even junior high sport with the addition of things like boys volleyball, bowling, lacrosse, other things that have come across in the last 10 years to get as many kids involved at this really key time in their life to understand this wonderful opportunity we have that is sports. And so at this time where there's a pause, we understand the importance of the pause. Everybody's pulling together in the country to understand the importance of this pause. It's much bigger than sports. But there are still a lot of really good things, and we're looking forward to the day that kids can get back in that arena, can get back in the cauldron, as I call it, of competition and learn so much about themselves, how to push their limits and stuff. And we won't be too far off before we'll be getting a chance to see kids get back to those sporting days again.
Well said, Joe. You know, I stand right beside you with each and every one of those comments. Good stuff, Joe. Thanks for joining me this morning. Catch up with you next week.
Thanks, Ray. Have a great week. Hang in there.
You too. Dr. Joe Congini, Akron Children's Hospital, joining us live this morning here on the Ray Horner Morning Show.